Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So I'm back at the Vampire Castle, and I thought I'd start working on the outside because I just wanted to see if I could. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to be kind of quiet. I just found out half an hour ago that a professor in a department I used to work at, who is the partner of a good friend of mine at work, died, and so I thought about canceling, but I just stay busy. There's really nothing I can do. So, but I'm probably going to be pretty quiet. So I thought you can see I started because I wanted to see if I could actually change the outside. I can't do anything about about the sky and the lighting, but I figured if I want to make everything look lighter, then that's where I'm going to start. Now, someone had asked me about the music. Yeah, I don't have the scary music on because I just don't have music generally on, because it's really distracting. So I'm also, and someone on YouTube had a great idea about putting big modern windows in. So I'm going to try doing that. But I thought I'd get some of the boring stuff done first and put the tile up. And then I think also I'm gonna mow. So maybe I'll turn this on. I think that helps a little. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put these. So I'm gonna need a lot of these, obviously. I don't know if I can do anything about the wolf sounds. Let me see. I think I just would have to turn down. Well, I have ambiance down pretty low. So I think that's about all I can do. And I hear like, oh, that must be the sound of the fireplace in here. There's the one there, and then there's that one. So I guess the sound's kind of leaking through. Okay, so I'm gonna throw down some tiles. Since the lawn isn't mowed, I'm gonna put them all here. I am gonna still do the inside. I just thought I'd see how the outside would go. So I don't know, this is lighter than what was there. Not a lot, but I think it'll go pretty well. And then I'll see about the windows. Um, I guess I can probably do that stuff from on top there. That might be easier. Hmm. I may have to use a ladder for this. So I think what I'll do is I'll do this stream outside, and then the next stream will be inside. And I'm going to continue with just replacing, where possible, replacing the dark stuff with its light version, if it exists. I'm not necessarily going to keep that furniture, since I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm having fun just replacing the dark stuff with light stuff. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to get to that. I think the problem is, I'll try with a ladder. And it won't let me. That's weird. Something's in the way. Well, it won't be helpful if I can't get any closer than that. Or something. Is it the weeds? No, I don't think so. So let's try replacing this one. These might be kind of cool. So I guess let's try them in the coarse dark oak with cream Actually, I prefer to have none. So maybe these aren't the right windows. I don't really love the hardware, but let's see. Well, the door's late, so I think I'd have to do, it in American Elm or Cedar. But that is a big set of windows that, it could be interesting. That's a little late. I think I'll do Cedar. You know, I think the coarse dark oak windows did look good. The problem is that so I think I would have to replace this, at least, maybe not the inside ones, with the door that goes with the coarse dark oak. So like this, I don't know if this is too big. It's, I mean, kind of, but I think it's okay if the door is bigger than the walk. I think that's fine. But I don't know, maybe the coarse dark oak might not be the best choice. There are a lot of wood choices. So let's see. So like maybe natural oak. I don't like that as much. Dark ash, cool ash. There's mahogany. That's pretty dark. The bricks are actually kind of cool, which is why I thought the coarse dark oak would be pretty good. But I guess that was too dark, right? And the natural oak's a little lighter, so maybe that'll be better. At first glance, that seems pretty good. Might be a little light. So maybe I should be picking up the dark color in the bricks. So let me just try the coarse dark oak again. Probably being too. No, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna stick with that for now, at least. Now, I actually could make these bigger, which was a great suggestion from this person on YouTube who, I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, because the first one I did, it's not a big space, so obviously you can't, you can't really put a big thing in that, but, let's see, 100 by 200, 250 by 145. I guess let's try the 250. That, it doesn't center really well. Maybe the 300. So I think that's a better choice. Oh, actually, I'm gonna take out. Yeah, I'm gonna take this out. Okay. Yeah, this was a great suggestion. I really appreciate it. Because I probably wouldn't have changed anything. I wasn't really thinking that way. Okay, I'll keep doing the tile. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes a big difference. Now the ones up top, I'll have to think about that. I'm just gonna mute for a second so I can tell my son about this. Yeah, I just told my son because he, is this friend of mine whose partner died. I think this guy actually, if I remember, my son was really interested in guitar at one point, and this guy, who's just the nicest guy, offered to talk to him about playing the guitar and stuff because he plays the guitar, or played the guitar. So just the nicest, like one of the nicest people I've ever met. So it's a huge loss. When my husband initially said, "Did you hear that a chemistry professor died?" I assumed it was one of the emeritus, and then my husband said he's a really young guy, and I was like, "Oh no." I mean, because there are a fair amount of young professors, and most of them are really nice. So it's just some of the older ones that are like really set in their ways and old school. But this guy was not. So it's really sad. So I'm gonna try and bring the thing over and try to do that part here. So I guess I'll move it over a little. I wonder if I can just put this over the bushes. Yes, I think so. Okay, this might be tricky. So I think, given how time consuming this is, I'll probably do like the front part in one stream, the back part in another stream, and then the center at some point. But it's a big house. Oh, weird. I forgot about that. I wonder if there's a reason if they put a car there. Oh, I guess I can possibly do this through the... Hang on one sec, I just want to fix one more thing. Sorry, I just got a text about this whole thing. So. Oh, well, can't. Guess I can't. I guess I have to come at it from this side. Actually, it would just be easier to do that with a ladder. Let's see. Okay, so this I'm probably gonna need it here. Probably gonna need it here. And let's see, ladder. Well, the problem is when I change these windows, I may need to retile it. Let's see if I can do that right from here. think I can do the rest of that from the from up there on the whatever that thing is called. Now there's something in the way here that is causing a problem here. That's weird. So I think maybe I'll do the mowing now so I can see. I can figure out what the problem is. I don't think it's going to be all the weeds, but you never know, I guess. Very. I'm actually not doing great. Less than an hour ago, this fantastic professor that was in the department I worked at. Not the last one, died in 1948, and also the friend of mine in the apartment was his partner. So, yeah, I'm not doing great. Thinking of canceling, but I thought, you know, maybe some people will appreciate a quieter stream. So, I don't know why people not let me get a ladder or scaffold in there. That's really problematic. I guess I'll try again. I mean, I didn't see anything. Maybe it was the weeds. Doesn't really make sense, but I guess it was the weeds that were not allowing me to. No, I'm not sure how that's going to be fine enough. Oh, really? Probably because I'm talking really quietly. Yeah, I don't know if you were able to hear. I just found out that someone I know died, so yeah, not doing great. Let me see. I don't think I turned anything up. Maybe I did. Uh, I was probably just speaking really quietly. So I think that's it. But yeah, anyway. So, yeah, sad. Sad and feeling very quiet. And I was kind of slouching back in my chair, so excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting a text from another friend who's still not permanent. It's really such a shock when someone that young dies. I mean, we're kind of used to the emeritus professors in their 80s and 90s and beyond dying, but not someone this age. So, um, yeah, I'm feeling a little less sick. So, at least that's the case. Um, yeah, I mean, I haven't tested positive. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I did have an infection from being sick, a sinus infection, and I'm just, you know, better now. So I'm, you know, definitely it could have been worse. Let's see. I probably could actually use the ladder for this. I guess I still need to use the whatchamacallit. I want to step on the window. I think. Oh no, I'm stepping on this foot. Hey, Dark Luna Nova, how are you? Oh, okay, I'm gonna try using the ladder. I think I can do the rest of that with the ladder. I'm definitely gonna put lights along the walk. I'll ultimately probably change that walk because it's not the most attractive. Oh, excuse me. Not sure what's going to happen to that one. I think it's going to be in strips, though. Really? I guess, so I'm going to turn down the sound. Um, I'm just, I don't know why that's weird. I'm just really, I'm I'm really unlike me because of this. I guess I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed. It's just a shock. I think I'm in shock, and that's part of the reason why I'm just sounding like have no energy or something, and I'm really slumping back in my seat. So yeah. Probably my most low energy stream ever, I would say. So is that better? Is that better, Barry? It just goes to show how much of the volume is from my mood. And generally my mood is not this subdued. Okay, yeah, I turned the game sound down. So so let's see. I think I'm gonna go up on the whatever it is, parapet or something. And excuse me. Oh. Oh yeah, the unboxing one? Is that the one you're talking about? I just started right before my husband told me what had happened. I was actually working on the other one that we recorded in November. So finishing that one. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. So these are the windows. Okay. I'm trying to remember if did I check to see if this I can't remember if I checked to see if this is worth keeping. Okay, so here it is. It does red. Pattern cushion back. Light cushion back, but does it have light wood? Oh, it does. Okay. Not very attractive. Yeah, not terribly attractive. But so I'll just put the replacement over here and decide later if I'm actually going to keep it. So then this way, oh shoot. There's that coffee table that I needed to replace. Okay. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna put I think a really big window up here. Oh, good. Yeah, it was. I assume like maybe the Buddy Box one. Buddy Box November 2021. So a couple weekends ago, he and I we unboxed the December ones. So we're slowly making our way through them, but so that's not really big. So yeah, and then I have a week off starting the 15th of August. So I'm planning to just go through all of them, and edit all of them. So, uh, uh, that's not really any bigger. 300 by 200. That I think that's the biggest one. Well, I think for now I'm gonna go with that one. Um, I don't know whether to keep the inside or not. I think I'm gonna keep the inside because the door it's above has that kind of somewhat complex. I'm trying to center this now. Let's see if I actually succeeded. Okay, I've like no. I've got to move everything just to like. Okay, there we go. That looks like it might not be centered, but I think the problem. I'm not sure if. Well, I guess it is actually okay. Okay, so we really need lighting out here. That's kind of a problem because the outside lighting really sucks. I mean it throws like no light. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. So obviously it's easy to put those like column lights up. And the game won't let you put any lights outside that aren't specifically outside lights. So, and the outside lights are really weak. So it's kind of a drag. I guess I'll put some of these along the walk. Although, of course, solar lights probably aren't the best choice for a place that never seems to have any sun, but I guess we'll pretend. So it was positive psychology, and so it actually was a while ago. I'm trying to remember. But so it's not something that I advocate as far as being the answer to depression, obviously, but just kind of like one thing to think about. So there were some things that were pretty interesting. How did that? I swear I put these on the grass. Um, so for instance, there was one thing about making, and they were talking about doing this like a scrapbook, but you could also do it digitally. So basically having pictures of things that make you feel certain emotions like awe, joy, not great. It wasn't like all about just being grateful for stuff. It was like, so encouraging those positive emotions as much as possible. So, like for instance, I found a photo of a baby that I just love. I mean, of course, a photo of my son as a baby is definitely a perfect one, but also for instance, was one I found that just like a baby laughing and what the heck? So and like for instance for awe, I found a picture that reminded me of when I was in Florida and I was we always stayed at the Gulf on the Gulf of Mexico. And one time, I was on the beach um, at night, and it's kind of amazing because you look out uh, over. I mean, you look and it's just dark, but out there is this huge ocean. Now, like, I obviously would not be like swimming in that huge ocean at night, but to stand on the beach and look at it is really cool. So I found a photo that reminded me of that. So but so that was for awe. Um, so it was just basically cultivating. There were I forget what all the emotions were, but so cultivating the positive emotions and in a really concrete way. So um, this was on Coursera and it's a free course. Um, so I definitely recommend it. Um, uh, like I said, I mean, it's not something that's going to cure anyone's depression because that's a really, you know, the word cure is a pretty facile word used for an extremely complicated um, disorder. But um, if, for instance, like, you're someone who has depression and you're doing fairly, like fairly well, it's something to develop so that you have it um, when you need it, or just they're saying that because of neuroplasticity that like I don't know that if this is true. I mean, this is still a very new field, but that you could to some extent rework your brain so that so that uh, you can access positive emotions. If you practice it, that you could access positive emotions more readily. So again, I don't like I'm not vouching for the um, uh, the effectiveness, but it's one of those things that it's like, well, it's worth a shot. It's not going to cost you any money. You know, it's not it's not going to do you any harm, and it's definitely worth trying. So, but again, I think it was one of those things that it's kind of like a muscle. You do have to work at it, and you know, so. But it was pretty interesting. So I would definitely recommend the course to anyone who wants to take it. I don't yeah I don't think I paid anything for it. I'm pretty sure you can take it for free. And it also had like mindfulness and stuff. Although they have found that mindfulness, or there's a study that found that mindfulness really does not improve depression. So, um, I mean, I think for me, it would be more like, mindfulness for stress or meditation for stress. But um, it's, mindfulness is still relatively new. So, I mean, there's a lot we're still learning about it. Um, so it's definitely something to, try out, but not necessarily, pin your hopes on. So, and some of us with ADHD, like, it's really, really hard because I did try it for a couple years and it was extremely difficult for me. And my son tried it. Although he recently asked, he was trying it on Headspace, and he recently asked if I still had the subscription. So I get it free because of work. The city that the campus is in um, offers free subscriptions, so I set him up with that. Um, See, this is 100 by 200. I think I'm gonna go with this one for now. But so it's it's just again like I think that something that we always say in our videos is, it just try stuff. Um, it may work for you, it may not, because when this happens, because everyone's different, and certainly I would not recommend that people with ADHD like beat themselves up if they try um, uh, mindfulness meditation and they can't make it work, because it's very difficult when you have ADHD. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good to just try all these different things. Most of them are not going to cost you any money, and so it's definitely worth um it's definitely worth a shot for most things. Um, I'm trying to figure out what some of these are very attractive, and some of them not as much. Does this have like a nice, interesting? No, it doesn't have anything interesting on it. Okay, so we'll go back to the leaf plants. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think you had mentioned you have ADHD, and so it's like definitely no one should write things off just automatically because they think it won't work for them. Like yeah, I have ADHD and it hasn't worked for me, but as I said, my son got interested in it again recently. So, you know, I mean, it's just, especially meditation is a very personal thing, and it's, I mean, like I said, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, for me, sound meditation works much better because I don't have to do anything. But I'm definitely not ruling out the possibility of maybe trying mindfulness meditation again. It was just for me. It was just much more. The time was spent trying to get into a beneficial state than actually being in that beneficial state. So yeah, I mean that was it was just really difficult for me. So these are not equal. These wings. So but I'm really glad that works for you because uh it's definitely good to do whatever you can to relieve the stress. Is this gonna like now give me a problem? Hold to pick up. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Put in the plant. Okay. Okay. So this obviously is gonna need a lot more work on the outside as well as the inside. So this is just kind of like the beginning. So I think well, it's probably soon for it's probably time for you to go to sleep soon because it seems like it's, although I was a little early today because I was just like I'm not going to sit around just thinking about this. But I think I'm going to take a short break and then I'm going to come back and keep working on the inside and like you know transforming it to be light instead of dark. Oh my god, when I turn that off, that's so dark, isn't it? Yeah. But so if I don't see you, then um, have uh, have a great evening. So yeah, I'm gonna take a short break, pretty short break. But yeah. So Barry, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad to hear that you that the mindfulness helped. Yeah, it's just it's the shock. It's just mainly the shock. So although I mean it really is a huge loss. This this guy's death is a huge loss. So so it is really sad. But anyway, so thanks Barry, and thank you to everyone who's watching the VOD. I really really appreciate it, and of course also um Dark Luna Nova, thank you for stopping by too. So I hope you all are doing well and taking care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.